Well, we woke up this morning to a little bit of snow. There's my Eureka assault tent. By the way, I love that tent. One of these days I'll do a review on it. It's an awesome piece of gear. That thing's just bomb-proof. Doc's over there trying to get the fire going. And there's his typical Taj Mahal setup. It did snow quite a bit last night. And it's been snowing pretty hard this morning. You can see all that snow on my tent just since I got out of it this morning. We went inside Doc's tent and cooked breakfast and everything. And now we're getting ready to go on a little exploratory drive. How's that fire doing, Doc?
Doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. This is, we're out in really the Badlands, and we're probably, in the area that we're at, we're probably, right now, the closest person or help would be, I don't know, 25, 30 miles.
Yeah.
Which drive, that doesn't sound like that far, but maybe an hour driving to find somebody. Good nights. We did a little night scout last night, scouted out the roads, used the moonlight. Moonlight, they had ambient light. The moonlight was pretty good. I noticed it was 57% moon, but we had those snow bands last night that got us a little snow.
We had this nice rim rock here. We built the fire up against that big boulder, so that's been pretty nice. It just kind of reflects the heat back against us. Got the truck warming up. We're actually going to leave our camp set up here and go out on a little scouting trip. So we got our rifles loaded up and our day packs, and we're just going to go wander around and see what we can find. This is unfamiliar country, new territory for both of us, so we're in probably about a 50 square mile chunk of country here that I've never been through, so it's new to both of us.
You sure this is the road?
Yeah. We did a quick little side trip out here to go check out this old town site, and it's unfortunate that everything's covered by snow, but we can still see the remains of some of the buildings. At one time, this town site held a pretty healthy population of pre-Depression era, late 1800s homesteaders. 40s. That come off an old Model A or something?
Oh, look at that.
And there's the old town well.
Look at that.
Here's the little remains of an old foundation. In the late 1800s, the Homestead Act and then the Desert Lands Act ultimately gave a person the ability to be able to, if they could prove up on first 320 and then 640 acres of land, if they could make a living off that piece of land, they would receive deed from the government. And almost every section of land out here had a homestead claim on it at one point. And then by the 1918, 1920, early 1920s, a couple of years of drought, and virtually all of them had starved out, dried out, gone broke, and moved out of here. But what's really cool is out here across the desert country, there's still the remains of all the old homesteads, the old towns, scattered all out through the desert out here. Miles and miles and miles from any recreation areas, miles from any place where anybody chooses to go for any other reason other than the local ranchers and maybe a few hunters here and there. But most of this country, it's not even much good hunting. But there's all this history that if you're willing to come out here and spend some time, you can find. The nice thing about the desert is it preserves this kind of history really well.